kind of action or the conduct of the Houses of Parliament. You've been a majority leader in the Senate. The removal of the Deputy President through impeachment is provided for in Article 145 of this Constitution, which is the same article that talks about the removal of the President. So whatever we saw last week before the Senate and before the National Assembly could just as well be used to remove for the removal of the President. Are you satisfied that such a rushed process would be ideal for the removal of the person of the President from office?
Fred, last time we were here, I said that the bar has been so lowered that it's now become like a trap. The Mtego Apanya thing, you know, it's now going to be able to trap and catch everyone, those who are there now and those who are outside now. What you have done is, like my brother here says, develop a mechanism for hanging somebody. These days may not be a rope, I don't know what they use anymore. And you leave it there after it has done its job, and eventually it's going to be used against you. It's very biblical, it's very historical. People who did things like that ended up inside the same trap. But also, even just for the members of parliament, you make it so easy that we make it so easy, and just one night we're excited about it, we talk about it like there's nothing which has happened. It's the removal of the president. It's the removal of the deputy president. The Constitution has given you a way that even time, remember, there were 10 days, I think the 14 days, and only one was used, you know, that kind of thing. There is an opportunity for you to say in the next 3 days you can deliver the message. The message went the same night. Mm-hmm. And that's why when my brother was saying here that the process was premeditated, in my view. So if the deputy president then, I think we still call him the impeached deputy president, mm-hmm. not necessarily the former, because there's none. So the impeached deputy president did not necessarily realize that this was not about the law, this was not about justice in the houses. The houses are political houses. The process is a political process. And it should just continue to play it as a political process until it gets to the courts. Now it becomes mm-hmm. a legal issue. Now there you now go by the law, by the rules. And there now, politics don't play very much of a role. And hopefully that's where he's going to find justice. I may not like anybody. I may not even like that guy, but it's not about me. And you see, the problem is we spoke about we don't like him because he's done this and that and that. But it's supposed to be the law. I mean, and the process, the Senate is a quasi-judicial mm-hmm. trial chamber. And you know, people spoke in the Senate as though they were going to support the deputy president, okay? Mm-hmm. Which they did, by the way, in some of the counts. I mean, some of the counts, they actually threw them out. And, but there had to be a count that would stick. Mm-hmm. And so those counts became five of them, 5 counts. Then was able to be substantiated, which means they stuck, which means, and you needed only one. Since you needed only one, you then will not escape that. You couldn't escape. Yeah. Even if they lowered it all the way to 1. And there was no chance. It's a political thing. I said here that the role of a majority leader in the House is to make sure the government position wins. Mm-hmm. You know, so the use whatever means you have to get the votes, including parliamentary group meetings, decisions done at parliamentary group levels. And you cannot therefore say that, okay, I want to support the deputy president and help him and actually vote on my own. You can't do that. I mean, these are political, these are parliamentary groups. And so you realize that during the debate, it looked like a good number of people mm-hmm. would actually say no. But in that afternoon, that evening, whatever time they voted, it had become a parliamentary group matter. Okay. And that's what happened. So you can't say, the only thing is, as my brothers discussed here, is how much of a hurry was it? that this had to be done with a timetable already, including a special sitting set already for the next day.
In anticipation.
Very, very strange. Very strange.
And because it's another delicate balance between politics and the law, but as Bwana Poghisio says, it definitely sets a precedent, even if it's purely political, before the Houses of Parliament, that you could actually